Hi, this is Carlos Cousins, and this is a reading comprehension exercise that asks you to identify the attitude of a first person narrator. This is much like identifying the tone of the author of any of the other passages that you have been working on. Um, but what is key here is that it is asking about that tone or that attitude toward a specific thing, his circle of friends. So, what you want to do is, after you've read the entire passage and identified what it's talking about and what arguments are made for whatever conclusions the author is drawing about the passage, you should go ahead and focus on the parts of the passage that deal specifically with a circle of friends. So if you've read the passage, you know that the passage is talking about him studying abroad in Spain and coming to the realization that because he is a representative of the reigning culture, the superpower American culture, which has the last word in music, movies, clothes, slang, and everything, especially in a place like Europe, he is looked up to, and people think that he's cool. But he realizes very quickly that that sets him as part of a category that uh, was slighting and disdainful toward other students, and that even though he believed himself detached from them, other people thought that he was actually part of that group. So he thought it was obvious he wasn't really one of them. But this assumption, as it turns out, was made in error. Um, in fact, he had a crush on this girl, and he tried talking to her, and she expressed surprise that he would even want to be seen with her. So she really thought that he was way um, above her social standing, and this was something that he regretted in his time abroad. And that time abroad was almost finished. There really wasn't an opportunity to right the wrong. So he really feels guilty about the fact that he became part of this clique. And you can't see what follows, but it says that he felt the experience made him into a sort of hypocrite, and that there was nothing he could do about it. So, whoops, sorry. He's certainly not happy about what happened. As to what his friends did, he does say, though, that he that they were fun to hang out with, and that he wasn't very close with any of them. So he was amused at the way that these friends were interacting with other people and how easily they welcomed him into his group, even though back home he wouldn't have been part of this social group because of the culture that he was representing. And he's making observations as to what that meant for his experience abroad. So he's sort of like a third person observer. This is how people in this country act. And wow, look at what this means for me being in this new environment. So he's really indifferent to what's going on, but he's also amused by how it turns out for him, and he enjoys hanging out with these people. Now, that doesn't change the fact that he feels that it was wrong to be part of this group. But as far as what his circle of friends was doing and how people were interacting, he was being sort of an observer. So this is a good answer. Let's see if we find something better. Obsessive fascination. He's definitely not fascinated by what he sees. He feels that this is something that he's already seen before, something that he can um, identify with that happens at home as well in America. And we're assuming it's America because we're talking about the reigning culture here, America being a superpower. Um, Scornful disdain. Well, he's not happy about what they're doing, and he feels guilty about being part of the group. But he's also not scornful. He's not making fun of them, nor is he looking at them with very overt disdain. If you see anything that's this extreme, you should know you have to make some assumptions here, like the fact that he would be very angry, that he would feel superior for disdain, and that he would be making fun of them. We don't really have much evidence of that. Feign devotion. Well, he doesn't feign devotion at all. He says he wasn't very close with them, and they just thought he was cool anyway. And odd idolization. Well, he definitely doesn't idolize them. He felt more that they were welcoming him in, and that other people were idolizing him without him wanting that to happen. So, as far as the circle of friends go, the best answer is amused indifference, even if he doesn't actually approve of what they're doing. Again, we're looking for the best answer here, not the one that would seem um, not one that would be perfect. I hope that helped with this problem, and happy prepping.